Welcome to the Grotto. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Here we be, smoking a little bit of weed. Howdy, Zeke. Tip top of the morning to your friendo. Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. Any thoughts on the Canadian situation? The Canadian problem? The KP? Or this, wait, the SEEP? That's not good. Can't call it that. I think I might be in heaven. I think I might have died and gone to heaven. You guys, I'm going to wait till a few more people pile in, and then I'm just going to pan around the grotto. You guys have got to see it. It's like a dream. It's everything that I think a backyard should be. Okay, it's unbelievable to me. I love it. I'm absolutely over the moon. Here, kids. I think that's a leaf blower. No. How's the air quality? We'll see. If I had to guess, I would say really good. We'll see. Rain with some more rain, with a side of rain. AQI 29, good. It's in the green, baby. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Show you guys the grotto. Ready? Okay, here is what I'm looking at. And here is the grotto. It's the stairs that go up into the secret spot. All the way around here. I'm going to walk you guys down this way so you can see the kind of how far back it goes. Lines around back there, really like ancient old pine forest. And yeah, and then there's my bottom deck down there, where I'll probably be doing more shows from, I would imagine. And right there is where I'm planning on putting the fire pit. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, it's true. Well, it's not the Midwest. Yeah, it ain't the Midwest. Oh, is that a Texas accent? Well, my family is from Missouri on my dad's side, Arkansas on my mom's side, by way of Texas. So both sides of the family moved to Texas. That's where my grandma and grandpa met, was when they were living in Texas. And then they all moved to Central California. So I have a little bit of a twang when I want to. Do you get water issues when it rains? It rains 24/7, 365. So no. No floods. Yeah. Yeah. Chill out on the caps. Don't be caps locking. Dun, 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 dun. Boom, 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 boom. Your background looks nice. Yeah, it is nice. It's beautiful. It's the Grotto. That's what I call it. It's my tongue game like. I know the swirl technique. Let's just put it that way, all right? I know the twirl. I know the swirl. I know how to change up and go counterclockwise, clockwise. Trust me, I got it all figured out, bro. It's my highest rated maneuver. I'll tell you that is the tongue game. Years and years of practice. Wait, is this actually Paul's ego? Actually, yes. Howdy. Wait, is that a toque? It's a toque? We call it a beanie. And yes, I'm wearing a beanie on my head because it's cold. I'll take it off for you there. There you go. There it is in the flesh. I've seen the needle and the damage done. Oh no, the damage done. Man, I've gotten, who else have I gotten? I got Dave Crosby today. I can't be offended by that. If I look a little bit like David Crosby, cool. Who else was I getting? I was getting something else. Wilford Brimley, something like that. Is that Tim Pool brain sack on your head? Huh? Mm-mm. Tim Pool and I are not the same. I wear a beanie because it's cold. Tim Pool wears a beanie to hide his shame. We are not the same. Okay? We are not the same. Yeah, I've got no diabetes, so I can't really do Wilford Brimley. Nice trees. Yeah, you ain't fucking kidding. Some really, really beautiful old pine trees back here. And if I walk up and around, that's the area I call the Grotto. That's my meditation spot. Oh, dude, I would kill some Storage Wars, bro. I would kill some Storage Wars, for sure. I was watching some of that while I was trapped in a Motel 6 for Christmas. They got the cable TV, and I saw a whole, 3-hour segment of Storage Wars on the guide. I was like, yeah, I gotta do that. And I was looking at it, and I was like, these motherfuckers don't even know. I would kill Storage Wars, for sure. I could do it. I want to do Mississippi. Would Texas be a better option? I heard cost of living there is less. Ooh, depends on the part of Texas, right? So if you're looking to live, see, I don't have a wide Texas experience. I lived in southern Texas, San Antonio. So the cost of living in San Antonio was really nice, but you got to keep in mind too, I was there in 2015, 16, 17. range. And so, you know what I mean, prices may have gone up, but Texas was really easily livable for me, for sure. It was not a bad day. Nice at the new pad. Are you happy? Yes. Yes. Deport Elon Musk. Yeah, okay. Cool. Yeah, that's fun. Deport him. I'm gonna cry about it. Seem a lot happier than you were a few years ago. Congrats on the better health. Thanks. Yeah, I am. It's been a journey for me, but yeah, I'm super happy. Super happy. Super happy in the grotto. You guys want to walk around the grotto with me? I kind of want to walk the grotto grounds. See what's what. I'll put you guys in FPS mode. Doodly doo. All right, let's see. What do you think? Do you want to walk the grotto with me? Or you want to go inside? You want to go inside? Okay. You can go inside. How's that? And then I will go walk the grotto. And let's see. I'm going to take the shortcut down so I can get up to this higher area. Let's see. Oh, yeah. This is right in back here is where I think I'm going to make my little meditation spot. Right back here. Kind of inside the trees here. But yeah, this is all just the upper level of this place. And looky here. I was super happy when I found this. This is my ticket to a free fire. This is all just dead wood that was left by whoever cleaned up this area. And it's in my yard. So it's soaked though. So unfortunately, gonna have to move it or get a tarp. One of the two. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. But it is soaked through. And as you can see, I'm just walking the fence line back here. It's 100% pine forest, so nothing to leaf blow or mow or anything like that. It all just takes care of itself. Just pine needles on pine needles. Look at this big ass tree. This is the king here. That's the king of my trees. Here's the queen. So, yeah. But this tree here, yeah, this is the king. This has got to be, I don't know, I would expect an 80 to 100-year-old pine. I mean, just really ancient. Over here, on this side, got some more pine trees. Yeah, please. I would love one. Sorry, I took the coffee out here to prop my phone up against if you need it.
No, it's okay. I was just going to get you a top.
Oh, thanks. I've got a wood shed over here. So I think ideally what I would do is move all of that dead wood over here to the shed and then let it dry out in there for a season, and then I can use it next winter is what I'm thinking. Let me see this thing. Okay, let's see what's happening. Little rain gutter guard is a little funky. That should help though. Keep it closed at least. Yeah. Is that a basement? Do you have a wood stove? I do, yeah. It's not, I mean, it's got gas here at the house as well, but I have the option to do wood burning if I want. And that is your quick trip around the top of the grotto. There you go. Went and looked at the queen and the king. The king is right here. It's our biggest tree. He's got to be 100 years old. The queen's right next to him. She's got to be 60. Nice little secluded spot right around that little corner in there. It's going to be my meditation spot. That's the Dirty D from the Salty Sea. Friend to you and friend to me.
He's got to keep an eye out for his little poops until we figure out where he's settling them.
Oh. Well, one of the good things about this is if he does take to pooping up back here, the rain plus foliage style that we've got here is going to rinse his poos into the ground where it belongs. Nourishing. Can we get you to dig and bury? Never mind, I don't want you digging, because that would be a hose off. Hose off every time you come in the house. We'd have to build you a little hot shower out here. Can't do that. We're going to pass on that.
Straight down here.
Thanks, baby. You love our Alaskan backyard. Thanks. Yeah, beautiful here in Alaska.
I wonder what those hooks in those trees are for.
Probably for hanging
Like a swing or something, or a hammock.
a hammock. Yeah, they look like hammock tie-offs. They may have had like a big tarp pulled over it to keep something dry there. And they did a 3-point tarp to kind of like shade it. But they're so lower down on the tree, it makes me think it's their hammock points. And they make 3-point hammocks that are big, like 3-person hammocks, you know? Are you in a place where it ever snows? Yes, it does snow. It's just not now. Yeah. But yes, it snows here.
It's still technically early winter.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's going to get colder before it gets warmer and rainier before it gets drier here. And there's a bunch of possibilities in the collision of that moisture and temperature to create snow. We don't live in a place that's known for getting socked in with 6 feet of snow, but we acknowledge that it could happen. We could get a pretty nasty snowstorm come through here and put us in the snow. But given the kind of like way that this area works, it's relatively rare for snow to fall in general, and then it's even rarer for it to what they call stick, which means that it's cold enough that when the snow falls, it doesn't melt, it accumulates. So if we do get snowfall here, typically it will be a quick dusting of snow during a little flurry, and then by the next day, it's all melting off. I went and looked. You remember we saw that pile of stuff? I think a project for me is going to be moving that stuff into that wood shed so I can let it dry out.
Yeah.
Because it's not real good for burning when it's dead soaked through like that. But if I can just keep it out of the rain for 3 months, 4 months in the wood shed over there. So I'm going to get like a wheelbarrow probably, because that'll help move logs around anyway.
Yeah, it's definitely a little weird terrain from the shed to over there.
Yeah, I mean, it's doable, but I'd have to walk up around this way. If you go around this way, it's nice and open straight to that.
Yeah.
So I would just go around that way, load up a wheelbarrow. If I get that stored up for like I said, 3 months, because it's real dry in that shed.
And you want to put that fire pit down there where that little pile of sand
That's
is?
kind of what I'm thinking. I'm contemplating the fire pit either on the bottom or at the top of these stairs right here, but I think at the bottom, because the way the deck is made, it's almost like it's made for a fire pit right there. So it's like we could put chair, and have 3 people on the deck around the fire pit. So that's what I'm thinking. awesome new spot. What's the sound in the distance? It sounds like somebody's running a fucking leaf blower. Dun 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 dun, but way off somewhere. A lot of the whooshing sounds that you guys will hear is going to be air moving through my big, 110-foot pine trees. But we are close enough to the water that when it's really still, especially at night, you can hear a little bit of water noise, which is awesome. You can kind of hear the sea doing its salty business.
I'm paranoid today because, we just got a vague window.
Oh, about our stuff being delivered, baby? Like I said, yesterday we gave it about a 50-50.
Yeah.
I think it's about a 50-50. That our shit shows up at a reasonable time this afternoon or doesn't show up at all. Those are our two things.
Yeah, it seems like these drivers tend to mosey.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, hopefully the dudes that are showing up today are efficient like the dudes that took our stuff out. There's no labeling process that they have to go through, so it should be relatively quick.
I think they might have to scan it again.
Well, yeah, they might have to, but they don't have to write out the label, take the picture, do all that. They can just bloop, bloop, bloop. Interesting how you and TJ seem to be moving in two opposite philosophical directions. Chaos magic is about manipulating the universe through will, while the Tao is about going with the flow. Yeah, I don't really see. I think it's kind of like in people's nature, especially nowadays, to find conflict and opposition where there is none. To be quite frank with you, I haven't talked with TJ a whole lot about chaos magic and his new kind of philosophical bent. We've had a couple of discussions about it. I don't feel like I understand it all too well. But I definitely don't feel opposition, or different direction or anything. In fact, from what little bit we have talked about our new philosophies together, it seems like Taoist philosophy with its kind of heavy emphasis on unconscious action or savoring the moment of inaction before action is kind of woven into the chaos magic stuff. I really honestly don't know, man. I think it's cool that TJ is exploring, different ideas. I know it's been a real boon for me. It's been a real super important thing for me. And so I'm glad to see that TJ's benefiting as well. Stop with the ciggies, my guy. You're just going to get banned for that, bud. My shooters just ban people. And I want you to just imagine you're sitting on your back porch and some rando fuck wanders in and tells you to quit doing something. You know what I mean? I just ain't about to hear it. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm almost 45 years old, dude. I'll be 45 years old in 6 months, okay? I don't need your input. I'm going to smoke till I don't. We chill on that? Yo. Hello, yo. Just joined. Is TJ a wizard now? I guess so. You can call yourself whatever you want, man. As a sorcerer, maybe? Magician? Wizard? Warlock? I don't know. You got me. Hope the move went smoothly. It's still ongoing. Our stuff is supposed to be delivered today. Fingers crossed. And if that happens, then I will be spending today and probably a good part of tomorrow getting my computer set up and running so that I have a place to shoot from, so that on the 1st we can do our big boogie gauntlet in peace. I got into Taoism through Alan Watts like a normie. What did it for you? I was actually looking into Zen Buddhism and starting to practice Zen Buddhism that led me to the Tao. I'd seen Alan Watts videos, but none of them really cross-referenced for me when I was going, like in this kind of mode where I was trying out a philosophical angle and trying out a religious practice, right? And I started practicing mindfulness meditation with an eye towards Zen Buddhism. And it was through reading about Zen Buddhism that I first heard about the Tao in a way that it stuck in my brain. And then I started looking into Taoism. I read the Tao Te Ching, and that's how it started for me. Yeah, it was just kind of like an adjacent philosophy or whatever. What? Hopefully your belongings will arrive soon safely. Yeah, well, I mean, like, I wasn't stupid. I have a big car, so I kept my computer packed up in my car, along with my nice OLED monitor and shit, because I was like, if anything gets broken, it'll be that. So fuck that. Those traveled with me, so I've got that stuff here. I just have nothing that I need to plug it all in. I don't have my keyboard, mouse, all that. Desk, all of that shit went on the truck. But the most expensive and most important thing to me doing my job that I own came with me, like a fourth passenger. Had a seat of honor in the back of the car. Pro tip, yeah. Well, I mean, this is the last time I'll use like a full service kind of like moving company ever. It's the first time I've tried, and it'll be the last time. The next time I move, which is hopefully the last, we'll be renting a U-Haul. I'll hire a couple of local movers to help me load the fucking U-Haul. I'll drive my shit to wherever we're moving to. I will hire a couple of local movers to help me unload the U-Haul. Do you have a seatbelt on your Baron Harkonnen figure? A seatbelt? Huh? No, he's in a box, bro. My Baron, my Todd McFarlane Baron is in a box along with all my other shit. So I did bring my it's not a self-portrait. The portrait that I have that David Cardew painted of me, I didn't trust them with that, so that is also downstairs. That's an oil painting. That goes with me. Was it a reputable company or a cheap one? It was reputable. Do you own this place? God, no. Prices being what they are, this place is a little out of my fucking wheelhouse. I could swing a place that's worth as much as this place is, but it would be stretching me to the limit. So no, I rent. But, barring any unforeseen bullshit, I plan on being here for at least 3-4 years, probably, I would imagine. That may change, but... Hello from Russia. Hello, Russia. Hello from United States of America. Na zdrowie. Na zdrowie, Russia. House square feet? I don't know off the top of my head. My wife would probably know. I'll ask her if she pops back out this way. New backyard? Yes. If you go to the beginning of this, or maybe 10 or 15 minutes in, I do a little walk around in the backyard, so you can watch that. Cool trees, yes. Cool trees, cool breeze. Hello to all who have revolutionary thoughts and not the obedient ones. Oh, yeah. I like that bot. That bot can stay. Where you at, bro? Somewhere on the planet Earth. Trust me, it will be well known, at least the area that I live in, soon enough, okay? Allow me to have my moment of relative anonymity, okay? Oh, an Uzbek. Cool. Hello, Uzbekistan. Howdy from the USA. Yeah, buddy. You're welcome. What are we smoking? A little bit of weed. Yeah. Saw a Blair Witch like totem when you were walking around back there. Hello! I could film the Blair Witch Project in this backyard. I could. There's enough little areas for me to tuck myself into that look different. You look like you play guitar. I wish. I only play the pipes, man. Indica dominant. Let me see. What does this say? Yes, indica dominant. 21%. Yeah, indica dominant. Sour gushers. Sativa is best, but I mean, that is entirely your opinion. For me, I don't really distinguish between the two. I'm an old school pothead. I've been a pothead since I was 13 years old. So for me, weed is weed is weed. And that's just the way it is. What do I do for work? You're looking at it, lady. Yeah, I'm a podcaster. I've been a podcaster for going on 10 years now. And I make my whole nut doing this. I have a show called Onion Nuggets I do with 2 other guys. I make appearances on other people's shows, do these little kind of chill streams on my own when I'm bored. You're a dude? Your name is Amanda Shirley. I was just sorry to assume your gender, sir. L smoker. It's like, all right, brother. I'm a dude. Hey, dude. How's it going, dude? Buddy. How are you doing, buddy? I'm good, dude. How about you, dude? Hey, homie. You guys ever seen that? You guys seen Buddy, Homie, Dude? Thoughts on B-grade horror movies like Toxic Avenger? I don't like Toxic Avenger. I like some B-grade horror, but I don't like trauma shit. You guys should look up Buddy, Homie, Dude. That's an old school liquid television thing that I think Mike Judge did it. I think Mike Judge might have been involved in it. I might be wrong about that, but it's old. Love the nature around, man. Pacific Northwest, just chilling. I'm everywhere. So yes, Pacific Northwest, and yeah, I'm just chilling. Waiting for I just moved here, so I'm waiting for my stuff to be delivered today. Then it's Operation Neighbor Outreach. I'm gonna meet my neighbors because I live kind of off the beaten path, and I want to have a chill relationship with my neighbors. And then it's fucking nose to the grindstone, man. I have a question to ask some of you that have been watching me. I got an invite to a panel. You guys ever seen these fucking autistic ass panels that people do? Where it's like 8 people screaming at each other about something. I got invited to sit in a panel. I guess Destiny's going to be on the panel as well. I don't know who else. That's going to be talking about Luigi Mangione. And I haven't, like, accepted yet because I'm in the middle of moving. But it looks like, one way or the other, I should be able to, at the very least, attend the panel. And so, should I? They paying? Fuck no, they ain't paying. Sounds bad faith. Naughty Priest says do it. Naughty Priest gets like 50 votes. He is the sovereign of North Korea, so he gets like 50 votes. So that's a pretty heavy yes. All right. Here's the thing. I don't want to accept and then have this moving company fuck us off today and show up in the middle of me being on the panel tomorrow to move a bunch of shit in. That would suck. So I think for that reason and for reasons of professionalism or whatever, I'm just not going to do it. It sucks, but I am the type of guy that I don't like committing to something that's up in the air. If my shit was here, and maybe if it gets here at a reasonable time today, like if our truck pulls up, and I know they got our stuff and they're gonna offload it, then I will accept and see if they've still got it. I don't know. He might have filled out all the spots he wants on the panel. I don't even know the dude that invited me. So I looked into him and it looks like he just runs these kind of debate panels about things. So thought I'd jump in there on the Mangione thing. So we'll see. We'll see. Tentatively, if our shit gets delivered and offloaded today, then I'll hit him up on Twitter and I'll see if he still wants me to show up and do it. Mr. Bonarelli, Mr. Bonarelli, Mr. Guanciale, Mr. Guanciale, you are not half as smart as you think you are, and you're twice as dumb as you assume everyone else is. Oh, Mr. Bonarello, Mr. Bonarello, Mr. Bonarello, you reveal your spectacular ignorance every time you open your mouth, Mr. Bonarello. You know, whatever. I guess I'm not supposed to care about that. You know what I mean? Maybe this is what your hate subreddits need to be brought back to life now that they've been abandoned. Maybe, yeah. Mr. Guanciale, you, sir, reveal your spectacular ignorance. Please stop revealing your ignorance, Mr. Guanciale. I saw a list, and apparently he used 14 or 15 different names for Destiny over the course. And he did it on purpose, too, that makes it funnier to me. You know what I mean? If it was accidental or whatever, that's kind of hilarious, but the fact that he did it on purpose, Like, whatever. I'm not trying to talk shit, but it definitely got under Destiny's skin in a big way. Like, in a huge way. I can understand why. He's a dude. He's a debate lord. Somebody gets a pwn on you, you got to make it look like a bad pwn. But that was just, it's just what it was. He landed a shot. He hit him with a roast. He flamed him. It's okay. Dude, how many people has Destiny flamed in his career? You know what I mean? Dude, he flamed me. Dude, he uploaded some crazy, like, the titles. At least he put up the whole conversations, but, like, the titles are like, insane leftist double dunked by Destiny's big fat dick. It's like, you know what I mean? But he's sensitive about Mr. Bonarello. You got flamed. You got flamed, dude. It's okay. It's all right. You take the flame and you move on. I mean, yeah, dude. He makes a career out of pooping on people. He got dutied on a little bit. Okay? And it's okay. He recovered. He's still a millionaire. It's okay. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta let him slide. But it's gonna be a meme for a long time. I think it's gonna be a while before you see a thread anywhere about Destiny that doesn't have Mr. Bonarello or something in it. But hey, them's the breaks. I'm salty. I've been Salty Paul for 10 fucking years, okay? Let's be real. You're an OG debate lord, though, talking on Nephilim, Freed, and true empiricism. Oh, yeah. No, I know. I'm an OG debate lord. I know. I'm a retired debate lord, okay? Destiny is literally a gusano. His mother was Cuban comprador class. I don't know much about the Cuban communist hierarchy and how the rich and stuff. I don't know anything about it. I really don't care. I know for a 100% fact that Destiny worked some fucking grimy-ass blue-collar shit because I started watching him when he was working some grimy-ass blue-collar shit. Like, he was working in a kitchen at a fucking, I think it was a fucking, casino. Dude is not, like, whether his parents or his grandparents are from money in Cuba or whatever, I don't think a whole lot of that filtered down to Mr. Bonarello. I think Mr. Bonarello is, if nothing else, a pretty self-made dude. And you can't really take that from him. So I don't hold shit like your ancestry over people's fucking heads. You know what I mean? That doesn't have any bearing to me on his arguments or whatever. And as far as, like, his working class roots or whatever, I don't know how working class his upbringing was, but I do know that he had to drop out of fucking college because, he didn't have money to keep doing it. He worked a normal job, kind of carved his own little niche doing streaming. A lot of people might say, like, one of the first people to really start doing it professionally in a big way. And none of that had anything to do with his mom being a fucking gusano or whatever the fuck. I've had multiple conversations with Destiny, and his rabid community notwithstanding, it's been fine. So, I'm not really concerned about that. I kind of have a hard time not judging rich kids for doing rich kid stuff. Well, that's the thing, is like, how do you know that he was rich? Because he didn't live the life of a rich kid. He was paying his own way through college and working. Had to drop out of college. He was living in Nebraska. It's not exactly a well-known rich fucking area, right? Of the United States. And he went to the University of Nebraska on a music program or whatever, had to drop out due to monetary reasons. All I know is when I started watching him, a lot of what he talked about while he was endlessly streaming StarCraft and shit was his blue-collar kind of woes and shit, how his job sucked and how he lost this job, had to get this job and blah blah blah. I just remember a lot of that. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't care if the dude had a privileged upbringing. I had a privileged upbringing, bro. I'm not even fucking lying. I had a, like, in comparison to a lot of my friends, and certainly in comparison to the average fucking person in the area that I grew up in, dude, I was basically indistinguishable from a rich kid. I had two blue collar parents in the 80s that were unionized, that made enough money, that we lived in a nice big house out in the country, all kinds of cool shit. So you better take me, I guess I'm a rich kid too. But it was all 100% blue collar money. 100%. My dad was a mechanic at a factory. My mom drove a front end loader and a forklift. Yeah. Dude, I did that too. Like, I've been there. That's why I don't, like, question, I don't think there's anything productive in, like, throwing the rich kid accusation at Destiny like I would at Vosh. I don't see any indication that Vosh has ever been anything other than wealthy. And he doesn't deny it, so I assume it to be true, and that is a point of contention with me. I think it creates a bubble of separation between you and blue collar concerns. Now, I do think that Destiny's been rich a long time, and some of the stuff he's said about, healthcare and this whole Mangione situation, not even just that, but just the way he's kind of propped up American healthcare, is indicative of a dude that's got the best fucking health insurance that money can buy, and he gets his shit with no fucking hassle. And, and I tried to bring that up the last time I talked to him, and he kind of hand waved it. It's like, you don't get the same experience that a person like me with low tier fucking healthcare, paying for it himself, or somebody on Medicare or whatever. You ain't been on that for a long time. And I think there's a bubble there. I really do, when it comes to, like, I think he underestimates how angry the average person is at these healthcare companies, the people that run them. Pretty much all of us are privileged to be born in the first world. It's a huge advantage that most people don't understand. Yeah, well, sure. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is, but... How's the weather over here? Cold and apt to rain. 83% humidity. It's 50 degrees, but it feels like 38 degrees. Because of the wind. Vosh is a jackass, in my opinion. I don't think Vosh is on the side of healthcare companies. I never made that accusation. I was just talking about, like, him, why I deal with Vosh in a different way than I deal with Destiny. Like, you're not going to catch me kicking Destiny in the millionaire button unless I think it's pertinent that I bring it up. You know what I mean? I don't hold that against him. He's a self-made guy. You know what I mean? So how much money he's got now is rather immaterial unless you're talking about certain things. But I'm not going to ever try and hold that against him in a way that he would probably call bad faith, right? Whereas I have no need to be good faith with Vosh. I don't think he's ever emerged from the rich boy bubble. I don't think he ever remembers what it was like to struggle, because I don't think he ever had to. He was born and raised in Beverly Hills. He went to a really nice college in California. He went to Cal Poly, which is, a destination school for people from all over the fucking world. Lived in one of the nicest, most beautiful areas while he went to Cal Poly. He lived in fucking San Luis Obispo, or somewhere thereabouts, right? That area of the world, Pismo, San Luis Obispo, Oceano, all of that is just like my favorite place on the planet Earth. Got to fucking live there, piece of shit. See, I hold it against him. I hold that against him because I choose to. Oh, dude, we did a drive around one time. I was doing a desktop stream, and we pulled up Google Earth, and I just dropped a pin in Beverly Hills, and we drove around looking for the mean streets. And I just kept bumping into Louis Vuitton outlets and Rolex outlets and giant art galleries and jewelry stores with fucking $10 million worth of diamonds in the window and all that, you know. I couldn't find the hood. Hard as I looked, I couldn't find the hood. I'm gonna leave you guys with the noise. I'll be right back. Maybe the ghosts done took it. Oh my god, baby, it's so cold in here.
I will put on a sweater.
Okay, please. Even if it's not, even if you don't feel like you need it, do it for me. Holy shit. It is top tier cold. Top tier cold. For me, at least. I'm a pussy, though. I gotta harden the fuck up. This is my new climate. Okay? This is my new climb. I have to get used to it. New place looks cool as fuck. It really is. It really is cool. It's perfect for what I do. And it's very serene and rather secluded. So that's very nice. That's what you wanted. Fuck the heat and embrace the freeze. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I'm not having buyer's remorse. I'm just saying I need to harden the fuck up. I'm being a little pussy about it. There are a couple of things that I want to do, though. I want to ask my stepdad and your stepdad about a propane heater. So you get the tank of propane that you take down and get filled up, or you exchange for a full one, and then it runs one like they have at restaurants. You know, a smaller version of that we can run out here and kind of set up a sitting area, smoking area that is not frozen and cold. And then the secondary of that will be the downstairs. And I will get the fire pit set up. And my first big project, I think, is going to be getting a wheelbarrow and some gloves and moving that fucking shit. So I want to get that dried out. There's no reason why I can't break that up and use that as firewood. And that's like old pine. It's going to just burn and burn. And that's like, by my eye, like an eighth of a cord of wood broken up right there. So that'll be my first project here. One of the reasons I wanted a yard like this is because the upkeep that's required on a yard like this isn't stereotypical push around the edger. It's like you need to be able to like clear out some underbrush, and I like doing that kind of stuff. And it's not going to be like tons of it that needs done, but I got to do a little maintenance on the fence. I got to, you know, it'll probably need cleaning up here and there, and I'm not going to have a problem doing that. I do want to get that pile of wood off of that fence over there, because it's just a big wet mess right now. And I looked at it, and none of it is rotten. It's just wet. And so I want to get that moved indoors.
Or into the shed.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Into the shed. Propane and propane accessories. Yes. I'm going through the whole wood pile thing again. I'm turning into my mother. My mom will go through the same thing 15 times. Like it's the first time. It's over.
Is your ringer on, by the way, just in case?
Yes. Yep, it is on and has been. Just in case they call me. It's all been you through the whole thing, but just in case. Do you like the mossy fence look, or do you plan to paint it? It's not my house, so I ain't gonna paint shit. Just talking about generally keeping up the area so that we can use it. You know, I don't know in the summer how much this creeper vine is going to take over, but I'll probably need to trim it back a little bit to keep these little areas accessible and usable.
That tree's already hitting the house.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what I'd be able to do. I might be able to take care of that, honestly. That might be something. Get a ladder and just...
Or just hire someone to do it.
Well, I'm just telling you, like, this needs to come down, because it's just going to encroach on the house the bigger that gets. So that limb needs to come down. That limb needs to come down. I mean, this one up here this tree here needs to be fucking trimmed. But, yeah, maybe we'll just call a company to come and do it.
Or we'll tell the property management company, like, we're going to ruin your little brand new thing if you don't send someone out to...
Yeah, ultimately, like, I don't want it torn up while I'm living here, but it ain't on me if it gets torn up. So, but yeah, they're going to want to fucking get that trimmed back, because it's just knocking the house. Dropping pine needles up there. It's gonna fucking we're gonna have to watch out when these gutters get, because like with that many pine needles up over the house, a lot of pine needles get rinsed into the gutters and that clogs up. Just a whole fucking thing. If we lived in an area where it like stopped raining for a while, that'd be one thing, but it just doesn't. It's
We'll
on.
see what it costs to hire someone like once a month to get the gutters and cut up some underbrush and stuff.
I mean, like I said, I actually want to take care of some of that.
Yeah.
Like I want to do that pile over there, and get it cut up and get it moved into the shed and get it drying out. Like that's a good project for me. I like working out back where, you know what I mean. Is your refrigerator running? I think so. I think so. Well, you better go catch it. Nyak, 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 nyak. Oh my God. Are you a jacket bot? Jacket. Jacket. Hey, bro, I like your jacket. Your jacket look nice. Jacket. Facial hair. Jacket. Facial hair. Jacket. Jacket. Facial hair. It's like, what is going on, man? Are you guys like what is the purpose of you, bot? Are you ad bot? Are you selling jackets? Well, what's happening? Jack be nimble, Jack be quick.
You want me to start another pot of coffee, or are you good?
I'd like another pot of coffee.
Yeah.
Here, let me let you take that in.
Yeah.
I'll figure something else out. I'll create a Rube Goldberg machine, or I'll just hold it for a while. I'm just gonna hold it for a while. Maybe you can find something similar for me.
Yeah.
You want to buy beard cream? Do you have a milk steamer for your coffee? No, I don't. Dude, I'm not a pussy, okay? I'm sorry. Look, I worked at Starbucks for a long time. I served that shit, but you don't catch me sipping a latte, okay? Foamy steamed milk on my coffee. No. Okay? You're not dude, you're not dealing with a pussy, sir. I drink coffee. Black. Out of a Folgers can. And that's it. It is righteous fucking bitter cold here. Yeah. Well, I've been indulging in what we call the California breakfast, which is cigarettes, coffee, and weed. And that is my preferred morning ritual. And I've been denied it for a few days, so I'm really enjoying my ability to do it now. Same, but tea, yeah. You only deal with pussies. My bad, homie. Does weed ever make you paranoid? Yes. Yes, sometimes it do. Why was I denied that? Well, I was living in a Motel 6. It's kind of hard to chill in a Motel 6, you know? Oh, man, you guys hear that raven? Quoth the raven, nevermore. You should drink weed-infused coffee. What you doing at a motel? Traveling? Moving. Here, I'm going to put you guys down. Yeah, for a second. You can stare at the ceiling. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You gonna come out here, D? You need to go potty? You can go potty whenever you want. And I'm gonna get you a little outside tough doggy bed. And that is gonna be where you can be warmer. And we're gonna look into getting a little propane thing out here. Just a little one. Ugh. Nah, Motel 6 was chill, dude, honestly. Overall, it was not a bad experience, but a lot of people probably would have said it was. I think people have crazy expectations sometimes when it comes to like low-end, cheap motor hotels that are meant for either really fucking kind of like take it to the mattresses kind of comeback living quarters or a quick night while you're on the road so you have a bed to sleep in, right? You manage your expectations accordingly, and a place like that can be just fine. Typically, like a Motel 6 has got pretty decent wall thickness, so unless somebody's screaming it at somebody in the adjacent room, you ain't gonna hear it. You got a nice big TV that you can turn on. You got a nice soft bed you can lay in. You got a shower. You count your blessings. You know, the ladies are pretty meticulous about cleaning the place every 2 days, so you got to clear out and let them fucking make everything up. That's a good sign at a place like that. You know what I mean? You see a lot. You know, living there for a week. We lived there a whole week. And, you know, by the end of that, we'd seen some patrons and, you know what I mean? Some people that lived there were also doing longer stays. And they were, you know, by and large, pretty chill folks. So, you know, by and large. Fuck you, farmer. Huh? What's your problem, buddy? Are you gonna make me turn on the fucking slow mode and shit? Dropping towers in my chat? Is that what you're doing? Yeah, I guess so. Well, there you go, bud. You got your fucking attention. Congratulations. Yeah. Your 3 microseconds of fame, bud. Moved out to the woods. Yup. Moved to the woods and the sea. I don't know if you have ears, but if you listen beneath the wind, there's a deeper, more abiding rumble. That deeper, more abiding rumble is the salty, salty sea. British Columbia, Washington, Oregon, Tennessee, Alaska is where I'm at. Yeah, New Hampshire, Vermont. West Virginia. I'm from everywhere. I'm from everywhere, man. I live everywhere. Well, if you are a person who appreciates rain, then, you know, this area is cool. I am one of those people. I love the rain. I'm fine if it rains pretty much every day. I mean, I like the sun every once in a while, but we get that, you know. I am cool with the rain. I love the ocean. I love the fact that I can smell the ocean on the breeze mixed with all this pine sap. It's crazy. It's just like, oh.
I'm just loving being able to sniff everything.
Oh yeah.
He's putting his poops all different kinds of places.
Yeah, well, he
His
gotta.
territory.
Yeah, he gotta mark it. You gotta make sure everybody know. Yeah, what do you think about all that? You got a lot of space down there, buddy. You got way more space. Got way more territory to patrol. And you got a good little like spot up here that you watch the whole proceedings from.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's where we'll put your little bed.
And then we'll trip on it going down the stairs.
Oh, yeah. We'll figure something out.
You didn't see any like concerning ivy down there, did you?
No. But I wouldn't be super quick to put my hands off in anything until you let me look at it.
Yeah.
But no, I don't see any live oak. No.
What?
Nothing.
What did you see?
Right? I mean, no, I think it's okay. I'll have to look a little closer at it. But definitely something we'll want to be aware of.
Let me see how the coffee's done so I can get you another cup.
Well, thank you. Thank you, baby.
I'll just trade off. You have a cup and I have a cup.
Oh, well, you know what? Just throw me a scotch in that big mug.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'll sip it there.
Okay.
And then we can both have a cup. What do you think about Muslims? I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think about Muslims. That's probably a good thing, right? Like they don't occupy my brain. Right? They're people to me, right? So. You 26? Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. Skibbity dibbity hibbity. No cap. I'm young as fuck. No caparino, pepperino, cappuccino. I'm young. What do you think about Zoroastrians? That's a cool dead ass fucking thing that happened, you know. I remember learning about Zoroaster. That was the name of the guy, right? That started Zoroastrianism. Zoroaster. Thank you, darling. Much appreciated. Oh, yeah. Mm. Now that is good.
Did you tell them about our weird decision with that mug? We didn't even know what it was for.
No. No, I didn't. I feel like an idiot, but I bought this mug because it was at Walmart and we needed something to drink out of over here. Turns out this is a whole like mug system. It has little flavor packets that you have to buy that go on top of it, and it's fucking crazy. But it works as a big kind of heat shielded mug, so we'll keep it for that, I guess. I don't know if we're gonna get the flavor packets for it. I think we should at least try a few.
Yeah, try at least one and see how we feel about it. See if it would replace our Mios.
Yeah, because maybe it kicks ass. Who knows?
They seem to be pretty popular. There's a ton of them.
Well, That doesn't mean it's popular.
Did you steam your glasses on the coffee?
I did. My glasses are steamy. I think I'm going to have to sacrifice the glasses while I'm drinking my coffee today. It's okay. I will squint and blurrily try and read. It's actually better now that I fucked around with my... I finally broke down and went through this phone and changed the accessibility settings on the master settings so that like it makes all the stuff bigger. So I've got it in grandpa mode now and it works way better for me.
Grandpa mode.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll hear the truck pull up from back here. Which will be a big...
Yeah, not only that, but I mean, why would they? Do they want to risk showing up all the way out here and then us not being home? They're gonna call and let us know, hey, we're 20 minutes out. Are you guys there and ready? So, but like I said, with this company, I wouldn't be shocked if we're sitting here at 8 o'clock at night with no contact. I was telling them earlier, I got invited to be on a panel debate thing about Mangione on the 29th. Destiny, I guess, is going to be on it with other people. And part of me wants to do it, but until I see they've delivered our shit today, I don't want to say, hey, yeah, I can make a panel for a couple hours tomorrow. I don't like committing to shit. And if they don't deliver today, I'll start that panel tomorrow, and then they'll deliver it right 15 minutes in, and I'll have to quit. So that can't happen. I have a modicum of professionalism when I agree to do something, no matter what level it's at, you know. But yeah, that kind of sucks. But hey, if that's the way it is, we'll just have to tell them that fucking New Year's Day is a no-go. Like, they're gonna have to fucking find, you know what I mean? If they can't get it by we're catastrophizing. Yeah. They said they're coming today afternoon. It's not that long. It can't
possibly be another 3 days after that. No. They were the last location update was close enough that it would be absurd if it was more than a couple days late.
Yeah, so I want that Pelosi shirt. Yeah, a lot of people do.
Just look on Facebook or whatever.
I don't remember where I got it. It was a Facebook impulse buy. And I don't even go on Facebook, so it was rare. It's a rare Pepe, okay? But I will tell you this, my two best shirts, this one and my Paranoid Android shirt, were Facebook impulse buys. Those are probably my two best t-shirts. Or at least my favorite is t-shirts.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about mine. The text is almost completely gone, honestly.
You know what you should do? Have me take a picture of that. Yeah. Tag Gray on Twitter and be like, bro, what the fuck, man?
At least, like, can I get a coupon code to get a replacement or something?
Yeah, man, can I get 15% off a replacement or some shit, bro?
It's not like, I mean, I have other shirts like this that aren't tore up like this.
That Paranoid Android shirt that I have is about the same age as our relationship. Yeah. I bought it right around the time you moved in. And it looks like I just got it. Yeah. Like it is.
And that one you got around the same time too.
Well, this one I got when we moved back to Madtown. Yeah. But a few years ago, and it's fine.
I got this like last year. I think.
You got that last year, if that. It might have been like early this year. Yeah. And it's fucking unwearable.
Well, not unwearable.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't wear it like, hey, put it on display. It's a t-shirt now. Yeah. With a weird faded logo. Yeah. Garbage. Chuck Mangione is really good at the flugelhorn, is he? Cool. I'm glad to know that. My dad played the flugelhorn and the cornet and the trumpet. He used to have all three, and I think he still has his flugel and his trumpet. The trumpet, by the way. The twampet. I have to ask him to bust it out. He was a jazz trumpeter, and he likes to pretend he can't do it, but I think if he just used to have like a callus on his lip. Like when I was young, I remember my dad having, it wasn't like a sore, but he had like a visible callus on his upper lip from keeping that pressure and changing that pressure on the mouthpiece of his cornet, his trumpet. And then I learned to play trumpet, but I learned on the flugelhorn, which is very similar to a trumpet. It's just a little bassier than your typical like cornet. And I never really found a passion for it, so I kind of dumped it after a couple of years. And now all I can do is pick up a trumpet or something like it and play some random notes on it, which is actually more than the average person can usually do. Did your dad teach you how to play too? Yeah. I mean, he would work with me a little bit, but by the time that I started getting into it, he had set it aside. My dad is, I think he kind of like, and you know what? I don't want to like drop docs on anybody, but I knew a legit rock star one time. And he was also kind of reticent to pick up the instrument or play anything or even really talk about his time with the very popular band that he was in. And I think that there's something about musicianship and being a touring, working musician, which my dad was, and people realize that they either have to have that or a life, right? Because it's either they throw themselves, and I feel like that's how my dad was with it, because he was a really brilliantly talented jazz trumpet player, cornet player. And I really feel like, I don't want to put words in his mouth. Maybe I'll ask him about it. But I feel like him setting it aside and really not wanting to play it much when I was a kid was a sign that he didn't want to, he just didn't want to fall into, he didn't want that life. And that is its own life, being a touring musician. And I kind of feel like, not to put words in this other guy I knew's mouth, and I'm sorry to be vague about it, I just don't want people fucking being weird. It was a family member, so yeah. But he was, once again, really chill dude, but very fucking reticent to talk about his stuff. People on the internet being weird. No, it's not even really that. It's more just like, I can have that life or this life, and I choose this. Being a touring musician, being a working gig musician or a recording artist or whatever the fuck is its own world, and you are either in it or you're not. You're either making money at it or you're not. There's no two ways about it. And my dad wanted a family. He wanted roots. He wanted to have this, that, and the other thing. He wanted to be adjacent, at least at that time in his life. That's what he wanted. Later in his life, that's not what he wanted. That's how life is. That's why when I see a lot of presumptuousness, and I'm not trying to be like, you damn kids, but a lot of the people that watch me are young. When I say young, I mean in your 20s. And there's a lot of presumptuousness about you being the person you are now is the person you're gonna be in 35 years. I have a saying that I ripped out of, it's kind of out of Shakespeare, but it's through the lens of Stephen King. As you are, so I was. As I am, so shall you be. If you think about it, right? It's just a way of looking at a younger person and not like I'm not trying to say that you know nothing. I think a lot of people, when I have this critique, think I'm saying young people don't know shit, dude. There's a ton of people in that age range that know way more than I'll ever know, dude. All right. Let me get fucking Satchmo on you for a second. They'll know much more than I'll ever know, right? But there's knowing and then there's living. There's reading, and then there's experiential history, right? You can't read life experience. You live life experience. And so you don't know. What you believe and what you think now might fundamentally change in 10 years. You might find yourself, you know, in a position you never thought you'd be in a life that you never really thought you wanted. You know what I mean? That's kind of the human experience. When I was in my 20s, I thought I was going to be a studio musician. It didn't work out, and now I run a cabinet shop. See what I mean? Sounds like you're doing fine for yourself. Just doing something that at that age you probably never thought about, right? And that's just your job. That's just what you do. That's not how you feel or what you believe, right? All of those things are on the chopping block, my friends. It's a beautiful, chaotic example of humanity to age, right? To go through those brash, young, peak 20s, and to go through those kind of sobering and oftentimes cataclysmic 30s, and now to be halfway through my 40s, right, or close to it. That little journey alone, man, I can't tell you how crazy and interesting and different it was than anything I ever planned for myself, you know? And I think that's true for most people. It's like, don't put too much stake in who you are at this moment in your life. I'm not saying obsess about who you will be, because that's its own kind of hell. But don't put too much stake in who you are now. Who you are now is not who you will be later. And people have the profound ability to change at a very fundamental level. I'm talking about, like, okay, let's put a wild example. You're a fucking death metal Satan rock star, right? You're like a fucking super hardcore rock star, and then you find yourself in the Christian church as a preacher or some shit, right? That kind of wild personal change, which a lot of people would look down their nose at, it fundamentally changes how that person lives their life and presents themselves. It's completely different than what they probably imagined for themselves in their early 20s or late teens or whatever, you know, and they're coming out of high school. It's just like, don't put too much stock in the here and now and what you want, right? Enjoy the here and now. But don't worship it. You're a work in progress, my friend. Who you are now is not who you will always be. Sounds cliche, but go with the flow is actually good advice. It's not, I mean, it's cliche because people will say it a lot, but, you know, its foundations in Taoism or, you know, that's absolutely fundamental, right? Be not apart from the world, but move with it. Let's go with the flow, baby. That's Wu Wei. Alls I know is that life goes way too fast. Who are these little things here? These little fellers. You see these little...
Are they just little gnats?
Yeah, they're little gnats. Hello, little gnats. I prefer you to flies any day, because you're, at least right now, you're not buzzing my face like crazy freaks. So enjoy your little gnat hood out here, I guess. I spent my late teens and early 20s abusing alcohol, making an ass of myself, and burning bridges. I still do, but I did then too. Yeah, I mean, through a certain type of forensic lens, you could say that I did the same in my teens and 20s. I definitely abused alcohol and other drugs. pretty extensively in my teens and the first half to first 3/4 of my 20s. I spent a lot of that drunk, high, off a pilly or two or three, and having a great time. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you I look back on it with a lot of regret, but it's hard to regret what you don't remember. You know, I don't have a lot of solid memories of that time in my life, but I can tell you I had a lot of fun. You know, I don't poo-poo it. I mean, look, dude, if you're gonna be that way, be careful. But like your 20s and teens are when you ought to be doing it. Your body's never more tolerant. Bro, did I fucking tell? Like, I'll tell you guys again because a lot of you probably weren't here yesterday. So we're sitting out here. We just decided, fuck it. We're gonna move into our house with a little few things that we got at Walmart and wait for our stuff because I'm sick of living in a hotel and having this nice house. So we're sitting out here on this little table and chairs we bought. We needed somewhere to ashtray, and I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna go get one of those beers. We had some beers that we'd gotten at the hotel. Got it out of there. I shotgunned a beer for the first time in like 25 years, right? Shotgunned a beer all the way to the head, sat down, and then 10 seconds later puked the whole beer up. If you want to know what the difference between being in your 20s and being in your 40s is, it's that. Bro, you coulda. Big back. My back ain't the only thing that's big, homie. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm billy clubbing, but that's cool though. Thanks for the call out. I can do shotguns and I don't even like it. Dude, I'm just saying. Bro, there were nights where I probably shotgunned a whole fucking 6-pack of beer in between drinking other beers, you know what I mean? Just as party tricks, party dares, this, that, and the other thing. Just all the dudes are shotgunning beer, let's do it. You know what I mean? I took one to the head yesterday and it was like, nah, bro. You drink gin now? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really drink enough, so it'll probably be a while till I have another beer, but I don't really drink enough to, know how tolerant I am one way or the other. I know I can't shotgun a fucking can of beer anymore. Fuck that. Them days is over. I'm an old codger who likes Dream Theater. Oh boy. Bro, I just knew a dude that was into Dream Theater once, and he and I were kind of chill, but he's also kind of a real big dork. And I swear to God, like, all that dude ever wanted to talk about was Dream Theater, and he wanted me to be into Dream Theater. He swore up and down that Dream Theater would be my favorite band if I just listened to Dream Theater, etc., 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 etc. And every time somebody mentions Dream Theater, I just think of him. And it's not like necessarily a super negative basis for a memory, but it ain't positive. Oh, I forgot. I can't wear the glasses and drink out of that mug. It's just too steamy. Too steamy. prog metal fans try not to be pretentious dweebs challenge impossible. Yeah. Because he would, like, make me mixtapes to listen to. He'd burn me a CD and bring it. He'd be like, dude, I put the best of the best on here, man. Mind-blowing shit. I was like, all right. So I went home after work. I used to work with a dude. Went home after work, popped it into my shit, put my headphones on, just like kicked back in my fucking bed. And it was like... And I was like, fuck this, bro. I can't do it, dude. It sounded like two cats fighting in a pot and pan store with an old lady screeching in the background. I couldn't fucking hang, bro. And I was like, well, I can't fucking do this, dude. I can't do this, bro. I do like Mastodon. My personal favorite Mastodon record is the criminally underrated Blood Mountain. I believe, pound for pound, Blood Mountain has the best that Mastodon ever created on it. It's not their most accessible sound, but Blood Mountain. See, I'm not adverse to prog and metal, but Dream Theater can go away. What about Rush? Yeah. See, that's the thing, is I see the lineage. The experimental kind of, Tool is another prog metal outfit, right? I love Tool. Saw Mastodon last year with Gojira. Cool. I saw Mastodon in Seattle in 2018. And it was a badass show. Yeah. How you feel about Luigi? Need I say more? Need I say more? I saw Mastodon with Gojira. Yeah. Dude, I didn't really care much for Gojira, but I did like that fucking... Dude, that crazy Olympics performance that they put on was... That was nutty. You gotta give credit where it's due. Saw Mastodon play all of Leviathan. That's cool. Their background really is vibes. I know. And at any angle, too. At any angle, it's vibes. You know what I mean? No matter where I sit out here, it's just like, okay, well... you know what I mean? The sound of the outside the Dow the other day. Oh, yeah. Well, that's my closest association with the Dow, is in those moments of quiet stillness when it's just nature that I'm hearing. Like this. It's the Dow. Slightly erosive power of water and wind. The universal solvent. I have to go 7 miles to get even a fraction of the stillness you got. 7 miles is pretty fucking dope, but I am very, very, very serenely lucky and happy to be here. Yeah. This is the type of place that I wanted to move to. It took a long time to find, but once we found it, we snapped it up. It's been a fucking chore. We still don't have our shit. Sitting at a fucking tiny little camp table I bought at Walmart yesterday still because I have none of my shit. It's supposed to be delivered this afternoon. Oh, nice. Yeah, good luck with that. And probably a good choice there, Phoebes. You listen to Electric Wizard? No. I listened to King Gizzard the Lizard Wizard, though. You like King Gizzard? That's an actual band, and they're great. You should listen to Rattlesnake by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. That's pretty dope. That's a pretty dope song. Rattlesnake. Were you ever a Viking? Something else, man. Yeah, I thought Phoebes was going to the Navy, dude. I was worried there for a couple months. I mean, yeah, that's good. Good rethink. First, I mean, that's I guess the military has been really good to a lot of people and been a good stepping stone. So, I'm not trying to. It's just never something I encourage people to do, because I'm a bleeding heart, anti-war, kind of like no blood for anything kind of guy. I think that diplomatic solutions are the best solutions. I'm one of those kind of hippie fucks. So, why so grim? Do I look grim? I don't feel grim. Yeah, I mean, Phoebes, that's a great basis. I will never dissuade you from getting into a trade that has unionized protection, getting apprenticed, and all of that stuff is going to be a huge boon to you in your life. It is a great basis from which to start your own business or nonprofit or whatever the fuck you decide, right? Like, I couldn't use the broader skills directly, but the mechanical skills could enable me to eventually have my own shop. Or I could use the money fund, like you said, a nonprofit. Yes, absolutely. Nonprofits, if, like, here's the thing. There's a lot of abuse of the nonprofit system. But if you truly want to make an impact with your work, and you're dedicated to making something that helps others. Starting a nonprofit can be one of the greatest outlets for a person that's set up well enough to do it, right? So you work, you learn a trade, you think of something around that trade that you love that you can do to give back to the community, right? And then you create a needs-based nonprofit, right, in your local area that does real good, you know? And that's the idea, right? Will labor ever make a comeback in the U.S.? It's coming back, baby. General strike in 2028 called for by the UAW. I back that 110%. I hope the Teamsters jump on. I hope every other fucking major union jumps on and we do a mass week-long fucking walkout. Everything grinds to a halt and we remind the people that run this country and own it that working people exist. And that if we decide to band together, everything that makes them money grinds to a halt, so they better come to the fucking table. How's that? No, it's on its way back. There are rumblings. You guys that watch me, right? You've heard me say the term Gilded Age probably 100 times or more over the last 4 years, right? I'm starting to see that being used by mainstream commentators to describe the current economic climate. The distance between the haves and the have-nots is wider than it ever has been in modern history. In fact, it's actually the gap, the wealth income gap is actually wider than it was in the Gilded Age. Oh, I've been saying we're living in the new Gilded Age. Phoebes, you follow me for a long fucking time. This is now mainstream shit. And it's true. And it's good that people are starting to hear that terminology and look into what it means. Because what ended the Gilded Age was a labor revolution in this country. Legitimately. That is how workers earned all of the things that we treasure here in the United States. The 5-day work week, 40-hour work week, overtime pay, sick leave. If you work a job that gives you health insurance, that's why. Maternity leave, paternity leave, right? A job that's going to back you when life gets hard and not dump you in the fucking streets. The reason that people were able to have that in the 40s, in the 50s, in the 60s, in the 70s, in the 80s, was because of the Gilded Age labor revolution that happened in the United States, centered around Chicago and New York City. And it was people, when I say revolution, I don't mean a bunch of pickets. I mean, people died in the fucking streets. And that went on for a long time. Look into the Battle of Blair Mountain. Look into Harlan County. In fact, Harlan County, USA is one of the greatest pieces of propaganda ever made when it comes to labor advocacy. If you want to show people why labor advocacy is worthwhile and why it needs to be widespread and supported, you get them to watch Harlan County, USA. It's a documentary. Yep, free on YouTube. There you go. Phoebes just linked it, put it on your fucking to watch list. Yeah. I'm gonna smoke this cigarette and then I'm fucking off it to indoors because it's cold. It's beautiful, but it's cold. I'm gonna have to get my fire pit up and running ASAP. And I'm going to look into what it would cost to get me a little propane heater for out here on this deck. I wouldn't want to you can't burn anything on this deck, but I'll burn out away from the house when it's not raining and pull the barrel in when it is. And mix my ashes into the soil there. Yeah. I did that earlier, but yeah, I'll give you a quick little panoramic view of the deck here. Here. Here's this. Here's my little steps that go up to this second level. And then there's the king. I can't even see the tops of them. Yeah. So there's my surroundings. That's what we're working with. Pretty beautiful from where I sit. Not your thing if you're not into rain and all of that, but yeah, way less fart of humanity, way more just, I got a big backyard, and just talking on my porch, I'm out far away enough from my neighbors that I'm not going to be bothering them when I do it. And, yeah, it's just, oh, Dinor's already loving it. He's starting to explore out here. Speak of the devil. Starting to roam the borders of his new territorial boundary. Hello, D. I'm about to end this, baby. I was thinking we could get some lunch or something.
Yeah. You want me to, like, make that spaghetti, or you feel like just ordering something?
Let's just order something. Let's get something easy. We're not caught in the middle of cooking something. Yeah. We can just come and find a place to eat while they're offloading if we have to. But I don't think they're going to show up out of nowhere. I don't expect them to come in any kind of timely fashion. So why don't you just pick something and I'll end this here. I told them I'd smoke the rest of this and then I'm done. So got many bugs here. Well, there's little gnats that I've seen, but nah. I mean, we live in a pine forest, so you're gonna have different types of bugs, right? Taking shots from South Africa? Bro. Va pomp. Give me some South Afrikaans stuff. I can't remember any of it. I'm flipping through my head. Fuck you, Lenaya. I remember that one. Doesn't that mean fuck you fucking fuckers or something like that? Yeah. There you go. Yeah, weird half British, half Dutch people. Yeah, dude. They are pretty Zeph, though, so I gotta give them that. I'm a fan of that, if nothing else. Anyway.